It's DJ Conquest, Tribal Quest Records. We're out here on the big island of Hawaii. Um, Good morning to everybody across the world. This message is for people that's going through things. Um, might be heartbreak, might be a relationship issue, might be someone you lost, um, or just kind of trying to deal with things on your own. Personally, I'm starting to see people, including myself, go through mental issues. We're speaking about mental health. This is the topic. And something was driving me to really get on here and speak about it because I really didn't have no support when I went through my go through or my situation personally. Um, I think right now with technology and what we have available to us, um, we can find support, but it's about finding a more of a direct support through these outlets that we have now. Um, I had family members that did commit suicide. I had family members that went through drug addiction. I have friends that, still struggling with just life, period, and I don't want to get too deep on their personal issues, but, just wanted to get on here and speak about it and talk about, like, if you're going through something and you're having a hard time dealing with it, it's okay to come out and speak about it and help others get through it as well. It's a difficult time in this economy for some people, but really it's probably the best time in the economy because you can use these outlets and go live and help yourself through these hard times. Um, when I was growing up, we didn't have these type of outlets of finding help and listening to motivational speakers and reading positive things. So I kind of want to speak about my personal life and what I'm going through, and I want to share it with you. I did title mental health. I did title it as parental kidnapping and pushing through the pain because I've went through all that. I had my kids kidnapped from me and taken away. I had to go through a court system and fight for my kids and go through that pain by myself. And you're not alone. For the people that's tuning in right now, and if you're going through that type of thing, man, I'm here for you. I not only make music to inspire people, but I feel I need to come on here and speak about my situation because, when I was going through it, I had no support. I had my family, but deep down inside, I didn't have no support. It was just me and God connected as one and really trying to find that voice. So if you're going through that type of pain, you're going through that struggle, you had a relationship issue with your spouse or your girlfriend, you're not alone. So I feel like I had to get on here and say this. It might be one person in here that's going through it, and I want to be that person to give you that support. Okay? Feel free to contact me in any way, um, and I'm here to support you. Because I've been through that. I had my kids taken away from me while I was at work. I was at work one day, and don't want to get too deep on it, but I came home and my kids were gone, and I had to go through that system, that pain by myself. You know, and I had to fight. I had 3 kids taken away from me, and I've been in their life since day one. So if you're going through something like that, man, hold on and keep praying to God because He got you. Listen to the voice in your heart. Listen to the voice in your mind that speaks to you. Because if you start reaching for external help, no, everybody's going to give you opinions on how they dealt with their little situations, but no one's going to understand what you're going through. And that's why I felt I had to go on here and speak. And if it's just one person that gets some information from this, I, I'm happy with that. You know, God was telling me to get on here. I usually don't do this. You know, I'm a kind of private person. I produce music. I work a full-time job. You know, I do what I got to do to survive and take care of my family. But if you're going through pain and you have somebody, you know, helping you, then that's great. But even with that help, it's a lot. So let me speak on my situation. One day I went to work. I came back home. All three of my kids are gone. That's a short story. I went through so much pain. I went through so much. I lost at least 20, 25 pounds, you know? And it was the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. Knowing that my kids were gone, and not only they were gone, they were out of state. I live in Hawaii. They literally took off on a plane, and I had to go find them. It was the hardest thing ever. And if you're going through something like that, I'm here to support you because I didn't have that, you know? And it was very, very difficult. It was the darkest moments of my life. And that's why I'm on here trying to share and trying to help people because, man, I didn't have no help. I had my mother there to help me, my father there, but they weren't spiritually there to help me get through that pain and agony. And if you're going through that, I'm here to help you. I want to be that person to give you that support because right now we all need each other. And we have these devices that we can speak on here and help people uh, speaking live like this, putting comments, and I thank everybody in here that put some comments in here. I really appreciate it. But, I'm here to support you. I also have music you want to listen to help you get through these hard times. Go check on my page. There's some good music you can listen to, but I'm not here to speak on that. I'm here to speak about mental health, taking care of your mind, keeping yourself going if you're going through a relationship issue, if you ever had parental kidnapping happen to you, if you ever had, you know, any type of situation really. So I'm speaking on that and pushing through the pain because it's a day by day process, you know. It took me a long time to get to Hawaii. I was in California for a long time. I worked graveyard for over 12 years. It was probably like the most hardest thing because it's not easy staying up all night working and working and working, right? So just want to share that with you. And I made it here. But once I made it here, did the pain stop? Right? Oh, I'm in Hawaii now. It's all good. No, it got worse. You know what I mean? I came out here and the struggle was even more real. It's not the same living from a city into the boonies like this. And I can show you around a little bit. I got no neighbors. It's just boonies and a house. You know, and it was hard. It was hard transitioning from the city out to here. But you know what? This is my home. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm grateful to be here. And that's one key point I want to share with you. If you're going through something, start waking up in the morning and feeling grateful for something. Being grateful to see, get grateful to walk, being grateful to speak, because I've known people that lost their lives to cancer at a very young age. And I just want to be here as a support. I'm not trying to sell nothing. You know what I mean? This is all just from my heart. I felt like God, He was telling me, like, get on here and speak to somebody on here that's going through it. Because I'm going through it right now. You know what I mean? I have a situation, a relationship situation that's happening right now. And it, and it happened again. I woke up one morning and my kids were gone again. My second half of my family, okay? And it was that bad. Literally, imagine going to sleep and your kids are still in the house and you wake up around and they're gone. Your cars are still here. All their stuff is still here. They're gone. And that feeling alone is just so much. to bear that it's just difficult to even think that people could do that to you, right? But I'm here to share this story because I feel like when I was searching for help for parental kidnapping, there was really nothing there. You know what I mean? There was really nothing there. I mean, there's all kinds of books and things like that on mental health, but you know, there was nobody there that really spoke on it. There's very few videos online that talked about parental kidnapping. And, was I the best person in the world? No. Did I do something horrific, like, putting hands on my woman? Never. It was just more of my other half feeling like, man, he's being controlling. You know, she had her reasons, right? But just to kind of clarify that there was nothing physical involved with both parties. I have two baby mamas, and for some reason they felt that, hey, I should just snatch the kids while he's at work. I should snatch the kids while he's sleeping, and that's what I went through. So if you're going through that, man, I'm here to support you and walk you through this process. Am I perfect with what I've learned? Absolutely not. Am I a doctor? No. Am I a therapist? No. But I'm myself. I I produce music. I enjoy music because I feel music helps the soul. So that's what I do, and I work full time. You know what I mean? I'm not rich. I'm not. My music's still stream. I've got over 75 million streams on a song, and I'm still working a full time job. So if you're trying to live your dream, and if you're a musician, man, keep pushing because it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And we can get into that later. But right now, we're speaking about mental health. And some things I want to share with you that I've done during this period because I'm still going through it right now, right? Like I said, to kind of recap on the story, I woke up, I said goodnight to everybody, and then boom, my kids are gone, my spouse was gone, and then the next day I go to work, I come back home, and all their clothes is gone. You know what I mean? And everything is just, and it's the worst thing to ever experience. It really is. And like I said, I didn't have a live video like this where I can tap into and kind of get some advice and how to get through it, because I'm still having issues with it. But I'll tell you what I've done since that happened. I made a change in myself. I made a change in not only my diet, but the way I speak, the way I think, the way I react. I made a change with myself to prove not only to my spouse that, hey, I'm making that change and I'm gonna do it no matter what. You know what I mean? And I stay true to that change. You got to change you in order to get things changed around you, right? If you keep doing the same thing you're doing, guess what? You're gonna get the same results, right? So yeah, I had to change me. You know what I mean? What did I do? Well, there's times I come home and wanted to relax, right? There's a lot of us that have alcohol abuse, right? Did I have that problem? Absolutely not. Did I have a beer or here and there? Yeah, that's we live in America. That's what people do, right? But is that an excuse or a supplement to help get through stress and struggle even though you're working all day? No. That's what I've learned. You know what I mean? And me and my other half got into the biggest arguments because we were both on alcohol. Okay? Were we alcohol abusers? Absolutely not. We got 5 kids together. 5. So you can imagine that, right? Imagine going through that. You got 5 kids, man. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental stress. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of praying. So for you, if you're going through that, I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out any way you can. And, find the media that you need to contact me. I'll take a phone call from you. You know what I mean? If you really need help, I'm willing to help. I'm on here right now because something told me to get on here and go live. Like I said, I'm very private with my life, you know? But I just felt like I had to do this. Mental health, like, is probably the most overlooked thing for people. People don't think about mental health like, oh man, am I checking my mind every morning when I wake up? Do I just get up pissed off every day? Am I getting up grateful for what I have, or am I just thinking about the thoughts from yesterday? You know? And that's something you got to think about, right? When you wake up every day, do you wake up grateful to be able to just put your feet on the ground and walk? A lot of people don't. A lot of people wake up and just think, man, still thinking about the drama from yesterday or whatever happened. And that's another thing, too. If you're going through a breakup, if you went through parental kidnapping, if you went through just a loss of someone, that's going to be on your mind still, right? You're going to dream about it. I had dreams about it. I'm just trying to sleep. I couldn't even sleep. You know what I mean? I was stuck. I just didn't know what to do, honestly. Did I go and start drinking beer? Nah. Did I go smoking cigarettes or herb or no, none of that, man? Because what does that do? It just makes the problem worse. It just prolongs it, right? If you drink a beer or you smoking weed or whatever you're doing to try to get through your stress, guess what? It just sits there. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna drink a beer. Okay, well, your problem is sit here and all you're gonna do is get high. Then once you're done getting high, you're gonna come right back down. And guess what? You're gonna run right back into that problem. The best thing to do, and this is tip number one, deal with the problem sober. You know what I mean? Stop drinking, stop smoking weed, stop using drugs or whatever you think that's going to help you get through that mentalness, that mental pain that's in your mind. Stop. Because all you're going to do, like I said, here's your pain. You're going to get high, get high, get high. Eventually, when you're done getting high, you're going to come right back down to the problem. You know what I mean? So learn how to deal with it on a sober mind. Don't start drinking. Don't start smoking. And don't start hanging around people that do the same thing. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that you can't have friends that use substance. It's just no, you're taking the time to deal with it on your own. It's hard to get around people that use substance for whatever reason, and they're just not gonna feel your pain. They're gonna look at you like, oh, you stopped drinking, oh, you better than us, or oh, okay, you don't smoke no more, okay, so deal with it on your own. That's another ticket right there. You got to deal with this problem on your own. And the beautiful thing about dealing with it on your own is you can pray. Prayer is free. It doesn't cost nothing. And you can pray to God all day. He's willing to listen. And the key is having that personal relationship with God. I'm not going to preach to the people that don't uh, believe in God. Well, whatever it is, maybe you just pray to yourself. You know what I mean? If you have that type of thought, like, oh yeah, there's no God out there, well, that's your personal opinion, right? But pray to yourself, talk to yourself, really talk to yourself, and mentally walk through the process without using substance. Okay? A lot of us, that's the first thing they do is go buy beer, right? Go buy some herb, go buy anything and everything to get you high and think you're going to just erase it from your mind. It ain't going to go away because you're not really dealing with the problem. So make the change. You know what I mean? If you broke up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the situation is, make a change in yourself, and not only to prove it to them, to prove it to yourself and have a better future. Because, a year from now when they look at you, they'll be like, damn, so and so just made a huge. You see the difference in them? You see how they talk now? Look at them now. Wow, wow. I should have waited. I should have held on, and I should have prayed. I should have gave gave them another chance. At least give them a chance to change. But that's on them, right? If they're not willing to sit around and watch you change and show your commitment, especially if you got a family, man, that's on them because you got to keep pushing forward no matter what. You can't be stuck here and try to think, oh wow, I'm making the change, and they're not even watching. And that's another ticket too. When you make the change, don't expect no one else to celebrate it with you. It's for you only. You know what I mean? If you make the change, your results are gonna show the next time they see you. Okay? So think about that. You're not making a change to prove it to nobody, you're proving it to yourself. You know what I mean? You're making the time to say, hey, I made the change in me. I feel better now. You know what I mean? And naturally, by making that change, you're going to elevate. You're going to start moving up naturally. You know what I mean? If you quit drinking, if you quit smoking, it's not about what you do, it's about what you don't do. You know what I mean? If you're not drinking, you're not smoking, guess what? You automatically level up. Think about that. You know what I mean? So that's the ticket. Stop substance. Period. If you're going through it on a mental health, if you're having like a mental problem and you're going through a breakup, you had your woman take your kids or your man take your kids away from you, stop substance. Stop right now. If you're listening to me right now, stop. Please. Because you're not going to deal with the situation by using substance. You know what I mean? Alcohol makes things worse. Smoking marijuana just kind of numbs your brain, right? And not taking away from those who drink and smoke. Hey, do what you got to do. But if you're going through mental problems, if you have a relationship issue, if you had your kids taken away from you overnight, like me, man, stop. Don't go to the liquor store and go buy you a 30 pack and just start drinking your life away. Because, like I said, I'm going to say it 100 times. When you get high, you're just going to get high. And here's the problem. And you're going to come right back to it. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse because you're not dealing with it on a sober level. You know what I mean? So I recommend that. Stop substance. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. And just stop and deal with it. Deal with it. Let that pain eat you up. Let it just rip you into pieces, but you got to deal with it on your own. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm here. That's why something told me I got to go live and share this with someone because there's someone out there going through something like you. They're going through the same thing. And now we have this technology where I can share it. I'm not exposing myself. I'm just want to help someone. You know what I mean? I want to be able to help someone that went through this because I didn't have this. You know what I mean? I didn't have. Obviously, I was looking for videos and videos and videos, and and technically, at the end of the day, you got to deal with it by yourself. You got to deal with it on your own. And coming back to what you can do during these times, make the change. Change yourself. Right? Change what you're doing. What did you do to lead you to that point? What were you doing before, your kids were taken away? Think about that. Really reflect on what you were doing. Okay, well, maybe I had an attitude. Maybe I didn't show my other half love. Maybe I didn't give them enough love that they needed. Maybe I was telling them things that I didn't like them doing. Well, that's none of your business, right? So you got to go and look back and say, like, what did I do to have this happen? And I need to change that. I need to step in and focus on me and say, hey, man, I need to change me. And if you're using substance, and I'm telling you this, stop. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing dope, stop getting high, and deal with the pain on an upper level. Just you versus you. That's it. Handle it, take care of it, and deal with the pain. Because through pain comes progress. Even though it hurts inside, even though it feels like your heart is bleeding. You love this person. You want to prove to them like, hey man, I made this change. I'm ready to do. They're not gonna listen. They want to see results. You know what I mean? And that's another ticket right there. Like, man, make the change so you can show results to the person that left you. You know what I mean? They want to see results on the other end. You're not trying to change them and what they're doing. You're trying to change you. You want to make the effort and make yourself better and make a better future for you. And be sober when you're doing it. I'm telling you. People want to come around and drink beer and smoke weed. Cut it out. Just cut it. Because you're not going to deal with the problem. You're just going to numb it out, right? Alcohol just numbs it out. Marijuana, whatever substance you're doing, man, cut it. Because then you can deal with it one on one. You versus you. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's what this whole topic is about. Dealing with the stress, dealing with the pain. You know, I'm not going to preach no more. I'm going to talk about what I'm going through right now. You know what I mean? So basically, my first case, I had 3 kids taken from me. Okay, 3 of them. Okay, including a young baby at the time. And man, it was hard. I went to work, came back, the kid's gone, man. And that's a short little story. So what happened to you, Quest? Okay, well, I went through depression. You know what I mean? I stopped eating. I lost the hunger. I lost the appetite. You know what I mean? And I'm here to speak on that. I see my boy Jock up in here. What's up, man? Hey, we talking about mental health today, man. You know what I mean? Because I just felt like I had to share this with people in my story and kind of get off the whole music trip. You know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of people going through stuff and they ain't got really much support, you know? So I'm out here just trying to preach preach support, man. You know what I mean? And find a good friend. See, my friend Jock right there, he's been with me since day one. You know what I mean? We met on Xbox, and we was just jamming and playing Saints Row and just having fun, man. And so I don't know what years later, we're going on like a decade or something, man. I forgot. He's still here, still tapped in, and that's a brother I can call and have support, and same to him too. So that's another ticket. Find a good friend that's willing to listen to you and not go against your partner or whatever. Say you're going through a breakup, man. Find someone that gonna find a happy medium and kind of be like, hey, you messed up. You made that mistake. Not her. You know what I mean? You didn't change you, so what do you expect, man? So get a good friend like my brother Jock in here, man. He's been here since day one. I'll call him right now. He probably answer. But that's a tip. Get a good friend that's willing to listen, let it out, and get a friend that cares, man. Because a lot of people just want to hear what they want to hear and just be like, all right, man. I'll see you later. So get a good friend like Jock, man. Call Jock up right there. He got his tag right there, man. But yeah, it's a blessing to have a good friend like him, man. He always answered. And same thing with you, brother. You can call me anytime. But yeah, we want to get back to the topic. Parental kidnapping, relationship issues. Mental health, pushing forward. What happened to me when the 3 kids were gone, bro? I went through some deep depression, man. I was lost. I didn't know what the hell to do. So what did I do? I joined the gym. Start exercising, man. Start pushing through that pain through weights, not alcohol or substance. Really push through it. Get in the gym. Go work out. Go push hard. You know what I mean? Go lift some weights, and it works. You know what I mean? Get in a sauna. If you don't want to work out, find a sauna and just sweat it out. Go on a nature walk or something. You know what I mean? But you can't sit in a room dealing with this type of stress, man. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta find ways of getting it out without just packing it in and just sitting there and just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Well, get up and do something. You know what I mean? Here's another ticket. Go find someone that's going through worse. Go find someone. Go out. Go see a homeless person and go buy them. Go buy them some McDonald's. Go buy them. Go buy them some food. Go give to someone that's going through worse than you, man. I think that just kind of changes your perspective of whatever you're going through. You think you're going through stress and pain? Go help someone out. You know what I mean? Go find someone right out. I'm pretty sure you can find a bunch of homeless people in your neighborhood and go give. Go buy some lunch and just go out there and just give it to them. You know what I mean? Because if you're in a home and you got a house, you got a job, you got a business, or you got even a car nowadays, you blessed. You good, man. Your life is good. If you got those basic things, I don't know what else you need. And then you gonna meet a homeless person that has none of that. What are you really stressing off of? So that's another ticket for y'all. Go help someone that's going through worse, man. You know what I mean? Because you think you got it bad, there's someone out there going through 10 times worse, So go help them, go give them support. Another ticket is, man, get yourself some books. So I got me some of these little flashcards, Think and Grow Rich. You know, this is a good book within itself, but little flashcards kind of get through your day. You know what I mean? And little tips and trips. You know, get yourself some books. So I got my little flashcards here. This helps. Every morning I grab one of these, read it, and it's been great. It helps. You got to have a positive mindset when you wake up. You wake up negative, you're gonna be stuck. You know what I mean? You're gonna be stuck. You know, and that's it. When you wake up, you're blessed. Amen. And that's key. Take notes because we blessed every day. I have friends that passed away of cancer at 24 years old. I'm 43 right now. You know, I made it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not no millionaire. I don't have the mansion and all that, but I'm alive and I made it and I'm still here. I had a friend that was murdered. He must have been 16 years old. Literally murdered, execution style. Left on the side of the highway, man. They still ain't find the killer. That was hard. You know what I mean? At 16 years old. He didn't even make it to 21. Gone. By a damn shotgun to the chest, man. Imagine that. I had another friend. He probably was barely 21 years old. Died in a car wreck. He gone, man. His mother never got over that. She mourned his death to her last day. So we lucky to even be here to even just talk like this to each other, man. So that's what I'm on. So get yourself some books. Here's another book that I just recently purchased and I'm still reading it. You know, bro, right here. Heal your mind, heal your hurting mind. Look at that. This one got straight to it. Got it at Target. They got books like this at Target. You don't want to buy books? You don't have money? Go to the library. Go ask the librarian, where's the self-help uh, section? Well, they'll tell you where you're at. They got books like this all day at the library. I just like owning my own books and building my own arsenal library. So, get yourself a book that's going to help you get through it. Don't sit there and just like, I'm going to just deal with it, man. Start reading. Read a book that can help you get through your stress. There's another book that I just purchased. Awesome book. Build some atomic habits in your life. Habits can destroy you. If you're drinking beer every day, when you come home from work, if you're smoking marijuana every damn day, when you come home for work, that's a habit. That's an atomic habit. You know what I mean? You need to cut. You need to forget. You need to look at your habits and make new habits. Okay. And this right here is a powerful book, man. It kind of gets you back on track and makes you look at, okay, I did have some terrible habits. That's what led to, you know, my relationship breaking up. You know what I mean? That's what led to, uh, you know, whatever negativity you're going through right now. It's your habits. Start new habits. You know what I mean? Look at your habits right now and be like, okay, what am I doing every day that's pretty much the same? I guarantee you this: you're probably brushing your teeth at the same time every day. When you try to make note of that, like, oh yeah, I am brushing my teeth around this time every day. Switch it up. Get up a little bit earlier and brush your teeth. And instead of brushing your teeth at the same time, get up earlier and do a stretch, do a push-up, do a workout, do something different so you can get over this stress and pain. You know what I mean? Get yourself some books. Even read a little bit in the morning instead of just getting up and doing the same routine over and over and over again. So get yourself some good books because it helps, man. And here's another one. This really doesn't have a cover. Look, my kids are drawing all over it already. You know what I mean? I had this book so long. These kids are now like 13 years old, and they look at that. You know what I mean? It's called Keep Going. Keep going. Like I said, get yourself some mental health books, man. These things help get different perspectives on life. Man, keep going. Oh, I got it upside down. My bad. Keep going, right? You want to keep going no matter what it is. This book right here gives reference to a lot of the Native Americans who went through their stress and what they went through during them times, right? So this is based off of a Native American standpoint and all the trials and tribulations they went through, you know. So it's a pretty awesome book. Again, get yourself an arsenal. It's gonna help you get through that pain. Um, and listen to good music, man. Like that's another tip. Man, get yourself some good music and start listening to some motivation. I listen to Eric Thomas, E.T. I listen to Les Brown. You know what I mean? Those two individuals got me through all this stuff. I'm still going through it. You know what I mean? I'm still going through it right now. You know what I mean? So that's why I felt like I had to get on here and say something because if you're going through it, man, reach out. Call me up. Send me an email. Do something. Find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not really a social media guy. You might see my post up there, but I'm not on there like that. So you can reach out to me through this video. Send me your information. I'll get back to you. Like I said, I'm not on here trying to charge nobody nothing. I'm trying to get on here and help somebody. You know what I mean? If I can help you just get through your day, if I can help you get towards your dreams, that's what I'm on right now. So step one, when you wake up, count your blessings. I know it sounds easy, but start as simple as, man, thank you. If you believe in God, you can pray like this. Thank you, Lord, for my sight, for my hearing, for my speech, to be able to put my 2 feet on the ground and walk. Thank you for the basic things in my life. Let this day be blessed. In Jesus' name, amen. And pray. Just pray, man. If you don't believe in Jesus or God, or if you're on, Allah, Buddha, whatever you believe in, just give grace to yourself when you wake up. Don't start continuing on the drama. The drama gonna be there. You're gonna wake up like me, and my kids are still gone. You know what I mean? I got them back, but this is a different story, right? We'll get in on that video 2 or 3 or whatever. But I'm gonna make a series about this because I don't want people going thinking of suicidal thoughts. You know what I mean? these type of things lead to suicidal thoughts. I lost a cousin, a very close cousin. When I was young, we were close, but then I moved to California, and then something happened. I get a call one day that my cousin hung himself. Yeah, imagine the mother walking into a garage at night and bumping into her son's body hanging. How's that? His mother went to go check on him, and she walked into a dark room and she bumped into his body hanging there. This is a true story. That is trauma. Okay? That's my cousin. That's my blood cousin. What happened with him? Him and his lady broke up. He had a daughter with her. I don't know his situation or what he was doing. They broke up. He couldn't deal with it. He committed suicide. Just like that. He didn't have YouTube. He didn't have this type of support. He didn't have an outlet, especially back then. So his outlet was death, suicide. If you're thinking like that, man, reach out for some help. Nowadays, they got so much support on that type of things. Don't be afraid to reach out for help, man. Don't be afraid to call a friend like my brother Jock on here and say, "Hey, bro, I need some help, man. I'm going through some stuff right now. Like, can you just hear me out? I just want to talk." Man, reach out to someone, man, and give support. If for the people on the other end, man, someone calls you with that type of conversation, speak to them, give them some type of support, man, because this mental health thing is getting crazy. I seem like social media too. Like you're looking at social media, you see people blowing up, and you're not even close to blowing up. Like I told you, I got over 75 million streams on one song, and I'm still struggling as a musician. You know, 75 million streams. Think about that. You think I would be sitting on a mansion next to the ocean? No, I'm still in the boonies out here. But I'm blessed. I love it. I count my blessings every day. So keep pushing. You're gonna be all right. I just wanted to get on here and speak live to whoever it is. I'm glad that my brother was on here listening because he's just a prime example of someone that I could call and he answers. And I'm the same for you, bro. If you're going through it, call me up, man. You know I'm here. Um, so, with that being said, I think I touched on a lot of things. Um, if you want to reach out, please reach out to me through this video. Put a message, put a comment, and I'll get back to you. I promise. Because again, I really didn't have the support. I try to find the videos, and yeah, there's so many. I think that's another thing too. There's so many videos you don't know what to go through. You know what I mean? You don't know which one to listen to. So if you can reach out to someone that's going through it or been through it, I'm your guy. So once again, this is DJ Conquest of Tribal Quest Records. Check out the music if you want to listen to something to help you get through it. Check out the page. We got a whole bunch of music. But I'm not on here trying to sell you nothing. I'm just here to support. So thank you guys for listening. Again, if you're going through some stuff, please leave a comment. I'll get back to you. But for now, count your blessings. May God be with you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll get right back to this topic because it's very important. I love you guys. Take care. Peace and blessings.